Ladies and gentlemen, this has been a rough few weeks. When I got up this morning, I saw the CV is in 34 states now, and the stock market is in the toilet, losing trillions every day. I just don't see how you can go on like this. And to be honest with you, I think this world will implode if there's a pandemic and on top of the pandemic, a global recession. But some analysts are saying that's exactly where we are headed. And of course, there are some that are denying it, and sometimes I think they deny it because they can't face this at all. The thought of facing a global recession on top of what we're going through right now, they can't handle it. So, this article that I'm going to read to you comes out of Bloomberg. Pimco Fells says, worse is to come with recession forecast. The US and Europe face the distinct possibility of a technical recession in the first half of the CV outbreak, dampens demand and supply and drives investors to safe havens, according to Pimco Fells. The worst for the economy is still to come over the next several months, Felt's global chief economic advisor, Pacific Investment Management Company, wrote in a note to clients, which also cited concerns, including a slump in China's manufacturing and a weaker market for travel related services. Oh, yeah, tourism is going to be down, especially if CV is still going on. It's going to be way down. People are going to be afraid to go, even come here to the US, you know, 34 states, including DC. Global markets are girding for another roller coaster week as the CV continues to spread and oil price wars add the market into uncertainty. US stocks fell back in correction territory, and Treasury rates hit an all time low in the past week. PIMCO previously said the chances of a recession in the next 24 months were 35%. Felt joined a growing number of analysts sounding alarms about the seriousness of the coming downturn, including Scott Minard. The sky is falling. Get out while you can. Wall Street woes have eventually hit Main Street's economy hard. Bet on it. And I agree. This is why I want my people to please watch the market, because this is going to determine how much you're going to be spending out on the economy. So if this market continues to perform badly like it is this morning, you can best believe your wallet is going to feel the impact. And this is where it begins, on Wall Street. Felt expect the recession to be short based on the assumption that the CV outbreak peaks in the next 2 months. Now, being that this is really not a new thing, we don't know what's going to happen in the next couple of months. All right. First of all, sorry about the disruption. I don't agree with this guy saying a short recession, because you don't know how long these things are going to run. You just don't. And they are just hoping that this CV will be a short run. Now, you have to kind of send up a red flag when you see Africa with the same CV. In South America, these places are normally very warm and they have cases, and those cases are growing. So when you say a warm climate, what kind of warm climate do you mean? You have to question that. So it's in South Africa, it's in Nigeria, it's in Egypt, Algeria. All right, what are the temperatures there? I know some of these places are a lot, even in South America. I know many of these places are warmer than the US. So when you look at the global map, all of the places where you see CV are not places that are notoriously cold. Some places are, but not all. So when you say it will diminish in warmer climate, what kind of warmer climate are you talking about? I'm just questioning, what's the temperature? If you feel that this is going to go away when it's warm, then what temperature will it peak at? They still haven't told us. So, ladies and gentlemen, more rate cuts. The PIMCO economists also predicted further interest rate cuts by the Federal Reserve, similar moves to ease monetary policies by other central banks, including those emerging markets, could also come over the next few weeks. He also expects further fiscal easing by governments to support demand to aid in economic recovery. So, ladies and gentlemen, we shall see what happens. I mean, they lost trillions last week, and this is not a good thing. You know, all we got are people making predictions, but they don't have any facts on how CV is going to run. And you got to think about this. Even if it stopped now, is it going to start up in the fall around the time of the flu season? Or is it going to just continue on and maybe stop in the short term, but start back up? So we shall see. The markets are in the dump. I'm going to do a separate video on that. And ladies and gentlemen, there's a lot of fear going on. And I'm going to also be doing another video on products that kill the coronavirus. And I'm going to do that in a separate video because that's going to take time for me to put together. And those of you that are on a fixed income and you really can't afford to go out and buy all kinds of products, I do have an alternative for you. And it should be fairly easy. So all I can say is, ladies and gentlemen, stay safe out here. This thing ain't, I tell you what, if it is going to peak, it certainly ain't going to peak right now, not in the here and now. And we don't know how much further into the spring this thing will go. You know, I have even seen the flu season run all the way through May. And then it'll start easing, but it'll crop back up. Now, over the last few years, the flu has showed up as early as September. So we shall see what happens if this thing will ease and then crop back up in the fall. And you have to also consider the germs that are being left by this thing. Remember, it can live up to 72 hours on a surface. And it's no telling how often people are disinfecting surfaces even at work, you know? But y'all, please tell me what you think of a possibility of a global recession due to CV. Please leave your comment and subscribe. Don't forget to hit on the notification bell, and I'll see you on the next video. Peace, family.